Ciao, this is video number 2. I just got back from the camp, the Libera camp, which is the anti-mafia camp, and I'm just going to talk about what I was feeling, what I experienced at this camp, and how I began to understand how the mafia affects people's lives in southern Italy. And specifically with this camp was the Camorra. Um, what I felt, I think I did feel a deep sorrow and like pain almost to see these survivors tell their stories because losing a family member is not easy, and especially when it can be so preventable without the mafia even existing or Camorra. So I really felt sad for them, and I just can't even imagine that happened to any of my family members. I've never been in that position ever. And but on the other hand, on the bright side, I felt like inspired that they can tell their stories and that they can be so open about their experiences because I know that that's not easy. It's not easy to talk about personal things. It's not easy to talk about the death of a family member to 20 random American students. And the bravery and the courage it took for these people to talk about their stories was absolutely amazing. And I think also, I said this in the debriefing meeting, but the, I want to say it the right way, but the power of storytelling is something that I do think we're forgetting. With technology and texting, emailing, posting on Facebook, we're resulting more and more to screens, but you really can't get the whole story on a screen. You don't get the emotions, you don't get the person's tone of voice, you don't get their facial expressions, you don't get the whole context. And this trip we've really been talking about context, and I think that's where it kind of came full circle to me. Like I can read about this, I can listen to a documentary, watch a movie, but there's nothing the same as listening to someone's story and seeing how much it has affected them and how much it means to them almost. So I think that was like the most important part and the most eye-opening part of Libera Camp was just listening to all those stories and yeah, just seeing all the emotions that people experienced. And I'm sure it doesn't get easier every time they tell it, so it was just a blessing to hear it and just really be a part of that experience. I also, I just felt really grateful to be there, I guess, because this experience wasn't like anything that I would have gotten in America. I guess if you were to compare this to anything, which you really can't even compare it, it would be to like our gang situation in America. And I don't know an organization that really like is really trying to stop the gang crisis that we have in America, or like Chicago, New York, like the big cities. And I don't think I'll ever do anything like this in my life. So I just felt very blessed to be a part of something that's so big and so like powerful, I guess. And it was just very eye-opening for me. And I really understood that like the mafia is just not the Godfather. It's not this Hollywood huge badass, for lack of better words, production. This is real stuff and it affects real people. It takes lives and it's serious. Like it's not something that anyone should have happen to them or their family member, their brother, their sister, their girlfriend, their boyfriend. It's sad that the mafia is so intertwined with political systems, with businesses, like shipping, like in Gomorrah, the book, they talked about how they were intertwined with the shipping. And yeah, it's just a very crazy thing. And even our gangs in the US don't really, they're intertwined with the drug trafficking and other crime, but they're not intertwined exactly with like the political government, local businesses, etc. So it was just very eye-opening, and I feel blessed to have had this experience, and I don't think anyone else will ever understand it personally. You know, I mean, they won't understand this whole trip, but they definitely won't understand the week that we spent in Naples, learning about the mafia, meeting families who were affected by the mafia, and first-handedly helping the camp to yeah, get the word out about the mafia and have a better facility so they can bring in more people. So yeah, that's my experience with the Liberia Anti-Mafia Camp, and I'll see you at the next video.